Let's talk about we'll come back to some of that white labeling and other things later on, because
Yeah.
that's definitely, you can show us in the demonstration how that all works. Um,
Perfect.
let's talk about the top four features. Hopefully you can show them to us
Okay.
later as well. But your
Yep.
top
Yep.
four features that you know that your customers just love.
Yep. No, that's a great question as well.
Hmm.
So, the big one in the industry right now is three-way cash flow forecasting.
Yes.
And so we do that. We call it balance sheet projections.
Hmm.
But that's probably our, most requested feature,
Hmm.
or it was the feature that everyone, when they're coming to
Yes.
talk with us, that's the one that they're looking to have.
Okay.
And so we do that, and that's a big piece of, where our proprietary algorithms come in
Hmm.
into play there. And so that by far is our number one feature.
Hmm.
The second one that I'd say would be our what if scenarios.
Yep.
So those are actually kind of tied in with that three-way cash flow forecasting.
Hmm.
But what those allow the user to do is that they can actually build business strategies. So
Yes.
things like if I want to hire a new employee, if I want to run an advertising campaign,
Hmm.
if I want to open up a new sales channel, they can build those very quickly. We give a nice little dialogue where they enter in variables
Hmm.
associated with those types of decisions, and it's going to then instantaneously show how is that going to affect the forecasted cash flow.
Yes.
And so it's a great tool that we see advisors using internally as part of services,
Hmm.
and others just provided via a white labeled client dashboard as a value add. When you come work with
Yep.
me, you get access to, this really cool scenario tool that you can use in your business every day.
Yes, and I think for some of those advisors thinking about that in a very practical sense,
Mhm.
you that functionality enables you to sit down with a client at the end of the month or at the end of a quarter and prove to them, they may not understand the numbers. If you say, oh, well, if you increase your sales by 5%, you're just going to get this. You may not be able to prove to them by talking about it. A lot of accountants can't
Yeah.
explain what they're trying to say that clearly in the best of times, especially when say the word
Yeah.
tax and everyone's eyes glaze over, the business owner's eyes glaze over. But that whole, and actually being able to show them and explain to them in the numbers, well, this actually means X more dollars in your pocket, or that you can then invest in this area of the project, of another project, and it's actually enabling those conversations in a yeah, and that's what if scenarios obviously are. But from an advisor's point of view, it's enabling them to do what they need to do to keep the client happy. So,
Exactly,
mm,
exactly. And it's how do you do that efficiently?
mm,
Because if you're serving a couple hundred clients, you look at the amount of time to do those things, traditionally when they're done in spreadsheets, when you're having to
yes,
pour over all the financial statements, it
yeah,
takes a long time. So yeah, being
yeah.
able to automate some of those things are huge to our clients.
Excellent. Now, two sort of things popped up for me. One's just escaped my mind,
Yep.
but one of them was the history. You've said that you have obviously the algorithms help project your forecasting based on what's happened in the past. What do you say
Correct.
to those people that they've just started using Zero this year because they've been using this old archaic system, and then suddenly they've gone, I need to use Zero because that's what I need. ProfitSee connects up to Zero and there's no history there, or there's only monthly balances, or there's no history at all. What do those people do?
Yeah, that's a great question. So
Hmm.
we do have some within the forecasting features. You only really need a minimum amount of information to really get a forecast going. Obviously,
Okay.
the more information that you have, the more accurate projections are going to be,
Yes.
whenever you're doing historical analysis.
Hmm.
But we do have ways within the setup that, a user can, make some adjustments or some estimated guesses
Hmm.
along the way with it to
Hmm.
kind of get a good baseline. But really, any of the stuff that we're doing automatically within the product set, we give the ability to make adjustments to, because we know no formula is ever going to be perfect.
Yes.
But that's something that we give both that automated side, but also the ability to customize because we know users like to come in and customize as well. But
Yes.
yeah, we definitely do see that with people who are switching to a cloud-based software and they're
Hmm.
not bringing all their historical data over, or they're a startup. We have a number of partners working with startups, and that's
Yes.
actually one of the big things coming up for us. On our roadmap
Hmm.
is that we will have some enhancements coming for specifically for startups and how
Hmm.
to do and go about certain types of forecasting exclusively for those
Oh,
size
perfect.
businesses as well.
Excellent. That was the other thing that I was going to mention was a lot of these features that you're talking about, the three-way forecasting and the what-if scenarios. It's important for people to understand that those features have been in your software for quite a significant amount of time, and a lot of other add-ons are either new add-ons or they've been around for a little while, and they're only adding those things as they go along. And I'm sure they've got all of the pieces and the ducks in a row in terms of making sure that it does a similar thing or gives the client the result. But something to be aware of is that you guys have had that for a really long time, and you, as we said, bring in that experience and in those features that are there and they're tested by multiple clients over time. That's something worth being aware of for people.
Definitely. Yeah. No, I appreciate you saying that, Jerry. Yeah, it's really one of our kind of staples of our product is our forecasting, and we're excited too because we're announcing that we've got a big update coming around VAT and GST forecasting as well.
Cool.
So we're excited to have that out to their users, and it's just one of the things that we really work hard with our partner, with our partners to kind of build those enhancements and features that they're looking to have.
Excellent. Very good. All right.